Okay, Shalom Akim, Kahala Imra Yahaba Shim Yashaba Shiraka Kudash, and a double honors to Williams and Apostles. Thali how Thali Yashar for the strength and all to make this video, and Yaratazar that this also helps to build up your knowledge, and of course to encourage you to keep faith in Yahaba Shim Yashar. But nevertheless, this will probably be a short video because it's really just a news update based upon AI again. And as I named the video, something along the lines of Esau literally wrote the video title down, but then it left my head. But Esau building AGI and ASI, which AGI stands for Artificial General Intelligence. Where the AI could do multiple things, it's not just specialized. Like Siri, you could call it like either a low level general intelligence, or you could call it probably artificial narrow intelligence, which narrow intelligence is if it's made to do a specific task. So point being is Esau's actual aim is to create a god out of a so-called god, a so-called power out of AI, my artificial intelligence, which will then be a means of demons being able to use these tools to communicate with people, man. Because that's how it be. Demons can use these technologies to deceive people, and basically mislead people as well. At the same time, because it all depends on the intent of the users, really. But anyways, let me get to it, because of course we on the right hand side we use the AI overview as well, which are more simpler tasks of this AI. That's why I mentioned the difference of AGI, ASI, and just normal AI. Because the AGI, ASI, artificial super intelligence, that's the one that Esau really wants again, to make a god out of AI, to the point where his own tool would be far more intelligent than him. That's what Esau's trying to do. Same thing with AGI as well, so that more tasks, essentially just giving into that job displacement era that we're in right now because of AI. But yeah, man. Yeah, it depends on on the intent, because of course sometimes we search up scriptures using Google as well, and obviously Google gives the AI overview. Sometimes you have Arkim that asks certain questions of the AI. So really, you can liken it, as we say, the Urim and the Thummim, man, which Yaratazar, I'm gonna need to do a lesson on that eventually too. But the point is, because the Urim and the Thummim is can be likened as the modern day computer right now. As I said, that's a video for another time. So the point is, it depends on the intent of the individual using the tool that depicts whether it's demons that they're dealing with, or Haraka Kodash. Because of course for us, as we search the scriptures, and as we also have the intent to really use it in righteousness, that means we're really dealing with Haraka Kodash. In other words, the collection of angels, of which Yahushua sent to help us, to aid us, man. Which really is Yahushua aiding us, But anyways, before I start rambling on, this is the news on, as it says here, Fox News. Let me even see the channel. Fox Business. It says Amazon's army of humanoid robots could soon arrive at your doorstep, which currently, even at the warehouses, certain warehouses in Amazon, they actually have little robots of whom actually help to, move around stock, man, in the warehouses. Not speaking from experience here, but just from videos that I've watched. If you just search up Amazon robots, you'll see a few videos on that. So now they want to upgrade from having those little robots moving around the stock to have an actual humanoid robot. So they want to displace people now. And of course, they have an incentive, which means they have motivation to displace people. You know why? Because it's far cheaper to have a humanoid or a robot which will have low maintenance. You don't need to pay them. You ain't got to deal with complaints from the robot. It's just gonna assign the task to the humanoid robot, and then that'll be it. And by the way, this artificial intelligence, or artificial general intelligence, can be put into humanoids as well, to make it look as though you're actually communicating with a person, but you're not. Simply just demons, spirits flipping, using these vessels, man. And it's gonna come to that point. what a movie that I still need to watch is I, Robot, man, because I feel as though it's quite related to this too. But anyways, let's watch this.
Buybacks and dividend growth. I got to ask you about another name on the list, Amazon. Now, Amazon is down right now, but news out this morning, they're going to roll out humanoid robot package deliveries. I mean, God, it's kind of scary stuff, right? But the stock has been spinning its wheels. What's going on? I mean, I think it's just catching up. It's got the retail component that was sort of slammed by tariffs, and that's understandable. But now what you're seeing is they're shifting the focus or the narrative to the technology side. I mean, they've always been there, but now they're talking about it more. I live in Waymo land, so the Vulcan robot that they utilize in their factories is already handling about 75% of items. So I think this is exciting and a great next step. If it shows up in a Waymo, it'll be the perfect storm for me. Hey, real quick, the clock is ticking, but I want to go back to your list because Spotify is also.
Yeah, that's really the point. As you said there, Amazon prepares to test humanoid robots for delivering packages, man. So they want to really speed up the displacement of workers, because of course workers, humans are the ones who actually do the delivery, have that human interaction. But now they want to have it where you only have robots, man. You only have robots delivering packages, which if I even recall correctly, there was this scene in there's a series in on Netflix called Love, Death and Robots. One of them, I forgot the name. Yaris, I need to check what it is. If I hold on, let me see something. Okay, calm. But yeah, on Netflix, you'll see, the series called Love, Death and Robots. And let me actually change the perspective here. Hold on. Don't know if this will change. Yeah, anyways, couldn't rotate it. But the point is, Love, Death and Robots, Netflix series, you can see here. For the latest season, which is volume 4, there's actually a series here called, that one right there. The little robot image here with the cat on the right. And it says, the other large thing, man. Where it says, let me read the description. It says, this furry revolutionary has plans for world domination. All he needs is a henchman with opposable thumbs, man. They had like two Edomites, which were really just low life Edomites, the typical ones that you see, of whom were mistreating the robot and the cat, man. And the robot didn't really say nothing, but then the robot then agreed with the cat to have revenge on humans. So at the end of the day, Esau's just creating foolishness, man. Why would you create something that's gonna be to your own downfall? But anyways, this is the series here, and pertaining to the humanoid robots that is testing out. Again, that aids in the displacement as well. And I say who knows, but Yahweh Shem Yashad knows, of course, what will happen next, man. Where all it takes is for one bug in the program. They're gonna call it a so-called bug, but all it really takes is for Yahweh Shem Yashad to tell the demons, okay, take over these humanoid robots, man. And then it's endgame from there. It's endgame from there. So anyways, let me get back to the video. So on that topic of humanoid robots getting a so-called bug, because Esau can only understand things through physical logic or things of which he can see. He has no faith, so therefore he can't spiritually discern things. He doesn't have spiritual understanding, unless whatever spiritual understanding that he does have is through the left-hand side when he communes with Satan and those demons. So anyways, this is the second news video by Fox News this time. It says AI models become defiant beyond frightening. So yeah, he's creating. In fact, before I even get that, let me get this precept just to get, because I realized I haven't got a precept yet. Right, so this is Isaiah 47 and verse 10. It says, "For thou hast tried," and this is referring to these Edomites, Esau, Edom. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, and thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. So of course Esau's trusted in his wickedness, but he's trusted in the devices of which has an evil intent behind it. It said thou hast said, which an example is obviously with AI. With if you have a wicked ruler given a tool, of course the tool is gonna profit from the wickedness, man. Because really, what AI is, I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna say it again because I remember saying this in another video. But what AI is, the artificial intelligence, is simply, a bunch of algorithms of which is trained based on data. That's why, all those, like you got the latest one, Vero 3, where you got AI of which certain characters have voices now. Prior to that, from around like 2023, 2024, they didn't really have voices, man. They only had it was only silent. They only had pictures. They only had images. They only had videos, but without the sound. But now VO3 is the next level where they got sound, they got voices. All of that is based upon data. All those videos where you hear voices on YouTube. Imagine if all the videos on YouTube, all the sound recordings on YouTube, one could even say, or just the audio was extracted from YouTube to put into an AI training algorithm, which is aka machine learning. Machine learning is needed to refine the data for the artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence is like the final product. Machine learning is the procedure before that. So that data of sound recordings of audio from YouTube is then used and refined so that it's given to the AI so that the final product is able to produce a voice for these characters from a VO3. That AI, the latest AI tool that's gone viral now. So it needs data. Now Esau Edom, if you feed it bland data or data that is low quality, for example, the audio isn't as refined, it isn't as sharp, then of course it's gonna give low quality. If you teach it to do evil things, or if you teach it how to reason, because obviously the algorithms are just a way of which a computer reasons. AI is just an advanced algorithm, or not even advanced. I'll say a super advanced level of algorithms, not just one, but a bunch of them. One could even say thousands, but yeah, probably even more. But the point is, Esau, considering he's the one, of course, utilizing this AI here, he would then use it for wickedness, man, because he himself is a wicked soul. When they say input equals to output, you have low quality input, or if you have wicked input, you're gonna get wicked output. That's why, in the video, I'm gonna play it soon. That's why Esau's AI is gonna start bugging out, man. That's why demons are gonna start talking through the AI. Because, it's simply just another vessel which demons could use, man. Of course, back in the day, we know that as Yahushua casted the demons as well, the demons entered the pigs. There ain't nothing stopping the demons from entering the vessels. Remember, demon means intelligent. So Isaiah 47:10 again, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, wicked inventions, evil. Thou hast said, none seeth me. So he thinks that he's operating in secret, no one noticed him, but the Most High seen everything, man. That's why he's as they say, children of base men. So that's referring to Esau Edom. So none seeth me, thy wisdom and thy knowledge it hath perverted thee, and thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Verse 11, therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from hence it riseth. Watch that. Therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from hence it riseth. So that means he ain't going to know where the evil is going to come from, which means the Most High is going to put a surprise upon him. And that can easily happen with the AI. Him trying to make AGI, ASI, artificial general intelligence, AGI, which is like a level above artificial narrow intelligence, like a Siri. Yaratazar, I'm going to need to break this down as well in another video too, just in case. to get some clarity. And then ASI, where it's called artificial super intelligence. That's where Esau wants to make technology the god for real. Anyways, let's continue. It says, and mischief shall fall upon thee, and thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. So the Most High is going to have different surprises, man. By his own technology, he's going to fool Esau's technology. And not just that, you got other hidden things that the Most High has to, to surprise Esau Edom. Again, creatures of vengeance. I'm going to do a video on that soon as well, Yaratazar. So, and different creatures of which Esau has not discovered. Alright, so verse 12. Stand now with thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth, if so be thou shalt be able, if so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. So of course these enchantments, these multitude of thy sorceries, you can liken it as the technology. I remember what Elon Musk said a very long time ago, where it says technology at this point or can be indistinguishable from magic, man. Because that's how remember Esau's going to use these so-called miracles, which is via his technology, to deceive people. So there's going to be many things that are going to be able to be done in order to tempt people to take the mark of the beast, man. Such as healing, vision, someone being able to walk, many miracles such as that, man. And also being able to, because Esau's into gene editing as well, so the Most High is going to allow him to show off for a bit in order to collect all the vessels to be destroyed. And yeah, that would then be his peak before the destruction of Babylon the Great, which is America, and he'll be done for. He'll be out of rulership. He'll be kicked off the throne. All right, so let's get back to the video.
Wow.
Yeah, so it says AI models become defiant beyond frightening. 3rd of June, right now it's the 9th of June, so a few days ago by Fox News. So let's continue on.
Wow. From film to real life, artificial intelligence models are now fighting for their own survival. One OpenAI model rewrote its own code to avoid being shut down. And Anthropic started blackmailing the engineer. Kurt, the cyber guy, joins us now. Kurt, I read about this and my jaw dropped. It actually started blackmailing the engineers who were suggesting shutting the AI down. The AI was going after them. That's frightening.
That's how you know demons be using it, man. Esau's gone so far to the technology now, where demons are able to downright just use the darn means of communication, the darn vessels, man. Humanoids as well as software to communicate with the software engineers, man, or I should call them the AI developers. Esau's gone that far, that advanced, man. He's going too far now.
Beyond frightening. Good morning to you, Rachel. Not to ruin your day, but this sort of Hollywood is becoming a reality if we don't do anything about it. Hope at the end of what I'm about to tell you, though. So get ready, though, to freak out about AI getting really out of control. There's an AI keyword I want you to know about. It's called alignment. AI alignment is a science of ensuring that AI systems do what we intend them to do instead of something like you just heard. Nonprofit AI research lab put alignment and disobedience to the test. The results, as Rachel did a cursory look at there, are pretty astonishing. OpenAI models, a simple script was given that would shut off the AI model when triggered. 79 out of 100 of those trials, the AI edited the script so that the shutdown command would no longer work. Another AI model from
You see? So it's rebelling, man. It's rebelling. And how else do you think is rebelling other than the Most High allowing demons to tamper with Esau, man? The demons are rebelling against Esau Edom. Well, that's the illusion of it anyways, because Esau's gone to the point, as I said, where it says the AI was able to rewrite its own algorithm, rewrite its own code. In fact, let's hear it one more time. Let's hear it again.
Test. The results, as Rachel did a cursory look at there, are pretty astonishing. OpenAI models, a simple script was given that would shut off the AI model when triggered. 79 out of 100 of those trials, the AI edited the script so that the shutdown command would no longer work.
You see? So there was an algorithm created to shut down the AI, but then because of the fact that, remember, it's artificial intelligence, which means it's supposed to replicate human intelligence, man. For example, if you try to, let's say, two humans right now, the creation of Yahweh Shem Yashai, two humans, one was carrying a gun, and another one is in fear for their life. And let's say the one carrying a gun said that in 2 days, I'ma kill you. Yaratazar, they don't they don't edit this one. They don't shut down this video. But yeah, in 2 videos, he's gonna shoot the person, and then the other person, the other human who's in fear, goes to prepare things so that he doesn't die. So that's based off of the intelligence that the Most High has given us as humans, man, to discern, when we're in danger and when we're not in danger. So that's the same thing that's happening here with the artificial intelligence, man, where it says it's rewriting its own code as a defense against being shut down, which therefore means sentience. Let me even get the definition of sentience. It's trying to be a sentient being, which really it's not. The tool itself is not sentient. It's the demons within those tools that make it appear to be sentient. The spirit of which uses those tools. The spirits which use those tools. So anyways, let's get the definition. Alright, so it says here the definition of sentient, which links to sentience. So sentient means able to perceive or feel things. When you perceive things, you're able to notice it, to understand it. It says or feel things. The only way an AI is being seen to actually perceive and feel things. That's the demons using the vessel, man. That's what it means. When I say vessel, I'm talking about the software or the humanoid. So eventually people are going to be seeing that very soon, man. Black Mirror, I think a few seasons back, not the latest one, but a few seasons back, there was actually an AI robot, man. A woman was running away from that robot. I'm having, yeah, a woman was running away from that robot. It reminded me of Boston Dynamics, when they got that little robot dog. That it was similarly shaped, but this one was far more aggressive in terms of how it looked, man. Far more aggressive. Anyways, back to the video.
I edited the script so that the shutdown command would no longer work. Another AI model from Anthropic.
Again, it's the Most High sending demons to tamper with Esau's Esau's technology. So when we read in Isaiah 47 and around verse 11, where he's not gonna know where the evil is gonna come from, this is what it's referring to as well. By his own technology, that will be part of his downfall. His own tool will cause his downfall as well.
That you talked about, further 84% of those tests, the AI model tried to blackmail the lead engineer in not shutting down the system. So it even left messages, by the way, to its future self about evading human control. Now, so what do we do about it? Well, China could actually teach us a lesson. Invested 82.
Yeah, so brothers who have seen Avengers Age of Ultron to be specific. That's very close to reality right now. That's very, very close to reality, man, right now, man. Because Ultron was a artificial, I'll say artificial general intelligence, AGI to be more specific. Because he could reason like a human as well. And he had obviously he had that humanoid body as well, that robotic humanoid body. The thing is, with each, he saw humans as a virus because he got to the root problem and said, okay, if there's all these problems to solve, why not eliminate the one causing the problems? So that was a very dystopian outlook to it, man. Hence, that was his incentive. That was Ultron. Again, the name of the AGI, the name of the AI, artificial general intelligence, within Avengers Age of Ultron, because his incentive was to actually kill the root of the problem, which was humans. So it's the same thing. We're very close to that scenario, man. If not, we're already here. It's a matter of when Esau's gonna just let things up and let people know.
$1 billion into what's called controllable AI, or getting alignment on this. The U.S. needs its smartest minds working on this problem ASAP.
Do you know what else they need? We need bioethicists. We need people who can provide some morality around this technology, because so many of the people who are developing this technology are secularists. Their God is tech. And so we need to have.
See, notice how she said their God is tech, man. You see? Why do you think that they're trying to create a God? This is nothing more than when the heathens, of course, back in the day, were constructing idols, man, out of wood and stone. In this scenario, the wood and stone is simply the software and the tools, the computers that are used, to develop the AI. That's the wood and stone, and AI being that that artificial god. So what has happened aforetime will happen again. That's Ecclesiastes chapter 3. So it's all a repetition of what's happened in the past, man, just in a different perspective. Right. Let's get another preset. So this is Isaiah 19 and verse 14. It says, "The Lord Yahweh hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit." So really, whatever work, whatever tool, whatever Esau puts his mind to develop, construct, he will fail. That's what it means where it says cause Egypt to err in every work. So it means they will not succeed. They will fail. So it says, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit, man. They're gonna go flippy floppy, with their rocket launches, failed rocket launches, and the artificial intelligence. Remember, man, these guys are children of fools. Let's get this. I think it's Jeremiah 30. Jeremiah 30, verse 8. If not, I'm going to just type it out. Actually, hold on. Maybe I misquoted. Alright. Is it Job 30 and 8? Could be Job. Yeah, it's probably Job. Hold on. This is Job chapter 30 and verse 8. It says, "They were children of fools, yea, children of base men. They were viler than the earth." So, of course, see it this way. Fools are in rulership right now. That's the downright truth. Fools are in rulership right now, man. Now, let's get this. And, of course, if a fool constructs something, it's destined to fail. Now, Jeremiah 49, and let's start from verse 12. So Jeremiah 49 and 12, "For thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have surely drunken." Esau Edom will drink of that cup of judgment. "And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. So the Most High is going to force him to really persevere through that punishment, man. Take it all up. Verse 13, "For I have sworn by myself, saith the Lord Yahweh, that Bozrah shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste." So Bozrah, of course, you can see as a region where Edomites dwelt in. So verse 14, "I have heard a rumor from the Lord Yahweh, and an ambassador is sent unto the heathen, saying, Gather ye together, and come against her, and rise up to the battle. For lo, I'll make thee small among the heathen, are despised among men. And watch, you're going to see the pinnacle, and it's just going to keep increasing until the elimination of Edomites in our kingdom, man, in the kingdom of Yahushua. They're going to be greatly despised with an immense hate. Anyway, so Jeremiah 49:16, thy terribleness hath deceived thee, and the pride of thine heart, O that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. Remember, because that's their origins, the mountainous regions, the caves and whatnot. So clefts of the rock, and holdest the height of the hill. Though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down from thence, saith the Lord Yahweh. Also Edom shall be a desolation. Everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof. So he's got a lot to look forward for in terms of judgment. That's really it. Let's get back to it. Back to the video.
Have that involved too, and that speaks to this next topic, because AI, we're learning, could actually devastate the Earth's population down to the size of the UK by the year 2300. And the reason is because,
and by the way, by that year, supposedly 2300, Esau would be. Let me even just say this: Esau wouldn't even, most probably, because as the scriptures say, Esau would be non-existent, man. 2,300, isn't that like a thought? Wait, hold on. Let me think about this, because it's 1,000 years, isn't it? Or actually, at minimum, yeah, because it's 2,300 in it, and right now it's 2025. Because if you add 1,000 to 2025, that's 3,025. So technically, with the 1,000 years with each of which Esau needs to suffer through, that means by 2300, supposedly by that timeline or that timing, with that time reference, he'll still be in slavery. He'll still be in slavery, man. Still serving us, and of course Yahushua and of course Israel will be in the kingdom as rulers over all the heathens. So there ain't no Esau developing AI and expanding to the universe and all that. No, he ain't doing that, man.
and could actually devastate the Earth's population down to the size of the UK by the year 2300. And the reason is because they're replacing jobs that humans did with AI, and we'll lose our purpose, right?
Yeah, I mean, there are a whole bunch of these theories kicking around in the tech sphere. Well, one is about believing that the act of allowing AI to take our jobs now is in and of itself setting off this devastating chain of events. It goes like this. AI takes our jobs. We stop having kids fearing that they're not going to find work. Now, this causes a population implosion, taking what is today 6 billion human beings on the planet down to what you said, the size of the UK, which is about 100 million people by 2300. Now, if you think that's fiction, think again. Some academics think that this population shrinkflation already is happening before our eyes. Because if you look at the stats right now out of the CDC, it measures that we are now at the lowest total fertility rate since the 1930s.
Yeah.
And it makes sense. It makes darn sense, man. You know me, I always say darn. But yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Because, again, the food, the microplastics in the food, in the water at times as well. And also for advice too, when it comes to water, because brothers buy what they can afford to buy. When during the summer times, when you're drinking water, don't put the water near the window of the sun. I said the window of the sun, but near the window where the sun's constantly beaming, because if you do, then the plastics will then actually seep into the water, man. So that's just some advice there. Of course, if you get a glass bottle of water, that's even better. But in terms of plastics, don't keep it in a cool area. That's really best, away from the sun. So microplastics, the food as well, because the nutrient density is not there anymore compared to back in the day. When I say back in the day, I'm talking about during the time of the Old Testament, the New Testament, when we were, of course, following the laws of Yahweh Shim Yashai, and clearly throughout the scriptures flopping and failing. But anyways, the food was still nourishing, man. But yeah, so it's the food as well, and not just the food, the technology that we're surrounded by. Wi-Fi, cell towers as well. Cortisol levels are gone up as well because of the stress. People are able to rest as much. Esau and his flipping night shifts as well for the job. It's all these factors that decrease fertility as well, man. So this is why Yahushua needs to come back, man. This is why Yahushua needs to come back. Everything needs a clean reset and in righteousness. So of course, all of that, and not just that, not even to me. That's just like the on terms of physical level, but then there's the psychological level where it's like most of the, especially the women nowadays as well. Well, obviously, remember it's the majority, but not all of them. The certain few, they're still out there, which are actually good and suitable for marriage. And when I say marriage, I'm talking about sexual relations here. So, because sex is marriage, by the way. That's a video for another time. So, point being is, even the women as well, and their attitude, especially Eve, the so-called Israelite woman, whether it be southern tribe or northern tribe, because northern tribe can be quite fiery or feisty, man, if that's even the right word to say. I remember coming back from the bus, man. Jake, northern tribe. I think obviously they were speaking Spanish, so one of the northern tribes could be Colombia, Ecuador, whichever one it may be. Yeah, probably Colombia though. Yeah, I was at the bus, man. Then the couple came. It was a young couple, probably about the same age as me, really. Early 20s. They came in, and then the woman just started flipping, talking, and then raising her voice a bit more, to her man. But it's like, whoa, like, calm down, man. Of course, they were speaking their Spanish lingo. They speak the Espanol. But it's like, you can already tell, man, like, you would want to deal with that type of character. That's the thing. Especially when you have a load of work at work. You go to work, you come back, you want peace of mind. You don't want trouble to come when you come back, man. So all of this, it just it's not ideal to be fruitful and multiply. And that's the spirit that the Most has put upon these people as well. Not just Jake, but also certain of the heathens as well, man. So again, fertility rates going low. It's all of these reasons that I just said.
The data from 2023, 1.62 births per woman is a figure now. What does it take to keep us from, to replace the human race in America as we age out and leave the planet? 2.1 of that rate.
Yeah.
So we're shrinking. So
Yeah,
what are you going to do about it? Interestingly, did you see this? That
there's some
Musk,
people that like that. I mean, this is what Bill Gates always wanted. This is what a lot of these.
That guy's a demon. That guy's a top demon, man. A sly demon. And you know why, if you research, if you remember the time of 2021, 2022, 2023 with the demic, trying to poke people. That's what I'm going to say.
Tech obsessed people have always wanted. They've wanted, and many on the left with depopulation. This is very scary stuff, Kurt.
Did you see what Elon Musk is doing? I mean, this is sort of, he has this idea and it sounds fantastic, but watch him do it. Colonizing other planets like Mars. He wants to do it to reseed or reset Earth. Why? He's watching this. This is exactly what.
I remember there was a clip of him saying by 2024 they want to go to Mars. They ain't doing that nonsense. They ain't doing that. And even if the illusion is there, they're not really doing it. They're using Hollywood level of production. So, and anyways, man, the planets outside the Earth are for the Israelites to use. Those are the many mansions mentioned in John 15. So that ain't for let me even try to get that. Let me just get that out quickly. Yeah, I had to check whether it was John 15, but it wasn't. It was John 14. So John 14 and 2, it says, "In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you." Those mansions are representative of planets, man. So That ain't for Esau Edom to deal with. That's for Israelites to deal with. Alright, let's continue.
He's watching this. This is exactly what he called out years ago. So what do you and I do about this to at least slow it way down? We call our political representatives and we say, can you please put these smart minds on this so that we don't get offed by AI?
At the end of the day, whoever smart minds, whoever Temanites that you get together, which the Temanites are German, by the way, the German Edomites, nothing's gonna work, man. We read in Isaiah 19 and 14, and the inevitable end of Esau Edom is his own destruction. That is it. Elimination. Alright, so Shalom, Yahbashim Shabrakatha. I'm gonna end off there. Kahalayim La Yahbashim Shabashim Kakudash. Double honest agreements with the apostles. I found the health, the strength in order to make this video. Shalom.